Hello all and welcome to Wow Crochet yet again for another tutorial. My name is Mary and in today's tutorial we are working on our gorgeous napkin ring holder, a matching Christmas item for our Christmas special that we've got going at the moment. This is our placemat that we've made not long ago, and this is our coaster. All of these will be in a playlist in a description box down below. So if you wanted to create these ones as well as your napkin ring holder today, then check out that link, the very first link you come to in the description box down below. In the meantime, today we're making this gorgeous napkin ring holder. I love, love, love. I'll just bring that up a little bit. There you go, that's better. Oh, doesn't it look gorgeous? Oh no, actually it's better low, isn't it? All right, so how gorgeous is this? You have your red, your green and your white Christmas Kringle sparkle yarn, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. You can also use just plain red, white and green cotton if you like. Not necessary for you to have any sparkle yarn, but if you have sparkle yarn, hey, even better. Okay, so you will need as you can see, very, very minimal, and I mean minimal of each color. Yes, you will need your, let's get a nice close up here, your 4mm hook. Yes, it calls for a 4mm hook. That is the one I used. You will need your sewing darning needle, you will need your stitch marker, and you will need your scissors. I'm not going to say too much about it, guys. I'll just take it out so you can have a look-see. All right, so it's quite basic. I use most of the stitches that you already know, most of the stitches that we have also made in these two items as well. All right, so you pretty much know what you're doing. Am I on the right side or wrong side? I'm the right side. Good. I have to make sure I'm in the right side. I am. Okay, so there you go. I'm not going to talk anymore because, you know, like all my tutorials, it might go for a little bit too long. I don't think it does, but anyway, I've had worse. We're also going to be making a table runner to match all three items. So there you go. But in the meantime, I'm going to let you head off on your own and create this gorgeous little napkin ring holder. Good luck, guys. Alrighty guys, we're going to start off with making a quick slip knot, and that's grabbing your tail end, wrapping it around your finger once and twice, holding it there. Leave yourself a nice long tail, it's just easy for weaving in later. Holding it there and there, passing your back loop halfway over, hold it there, pass the other loop all the way over, grabbing your hook, and off we go. Very basic pattern, guys, just a little bit fiddly because stitching is rather small, but it's basic, okay? So now what we're going to do is chain 27. Now a chain is, I'll get a nice close up there, a chain is yarn over your hook, pull a loop through once and twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. All right. Now, this part here, a little tiny bit tricky, but not difficult. All right. What you need to do is join your work to make a circle, okay? But you actually need to try and keep your chain stitches straight while you do this. Making sure it's nice and straight, bringing your hook over and popping it in. Oh, that's not the first, try that one there. The very first stitch that you made, right there. All right, and then all you're doing is grabbing your thread and pulling that loop. Oh, let me get you a close-up so you can see where I put the stitch there. I'm in the hook there, and there you go, right there in between the stitches of that first stitch. Pull your loop through and pull it through to the loop on your hook. Just grab that tail and pop it at the back. All right, you are chaining 1, and now you're going to do a single crochet in the same space. Now single crochet is pop your hook in that stitch or the space that you're in, pull up a loop. You've got 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and that's your first one, and that's in the space that you just started with. And what you're going to do is grab a stitch marker any stitch marker you like. That just shows you your very first stitch that you started with. You need to use that stitch marker and slip stitch into that stitch at the end of the row, and I think I've just split the yarn, but there you go. Pop your hook in that stitch, but just in the first loop. Okay, pop the hook in, pull up a loop. You should have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. And what you've done is a single crochet right next to the other single crochet that we just did. And now we're going to do another single crochet in the next stitch, just picking up 1 thread. Sometimes I do 2 threads, sometimes I do 1, and sometimes I turn it and do the back bump. Okay, but in this case we're doing just the 1. So single crochet in your next stitch. Yeah, pretty basic, guys. We're single crocheting all the way across the row and just in that very top stitch of your chains. Yay, yay, yay. All right, super duper easy. I hope you're enjoying the Christmas special. We still have one more project to make. For those of you joining us new today, we have made a, like I showed in the promo, we have made a placemat, Christmas placemat, a Christmas coaster. Now we're doing the Christmas napkin ring holder, or napkin ring holder, napkin. You know what I mean. And after this, we are going to do a gorgeous table runner. Oh, very excited about that. Oh, too excited. I get very excited, don't I, guys? Sorry. By the way, guys, we just finished off our Halloween special. For those of you who have not seen the Halloween video, I will leave a link to that video in the description box down below. In fact, I think I'll leave a link to the video, and then directly after it, I'll leave a link to the playlist so you can get to make some of those crochet items that yours truly had in the video. Okay. All right. So we are nearly at the end. I've got 1 stitch there. It's very small, isn't it? Very fiddly, guys, very fiddly. I believe that's the last. What we're going to do, just so that we can make sure that we're all in sync, I want everyone to count their single crochets across. A little bit fiddly, guys, a little bit fiddly. Sorry, I know, it's just the first row. After that, the rest is easy, okay? So count your single crochets across. You should have 27, including your stitch that you have your stitch marker in. There should be 27 in the round. All right, so what we're going to do, if you have your 27, you need to pop your hook. I did split that yarn. I might have to take my stitch marker out, guys, but pop your hook in the stitch of your stitch marker. All right, in that stitch right there. Okay, grab a thread, pull it through, and pull it through to the loop on your hook. Now what you're going to do is chain 1, and in the very same stitch that you are in, you're going to do a single crochet again. Just 1 for now. All right, grabbing your stitch marker. Let's hope I don't split that yarn again this time. Okay, that looks good. A little bit tight, but it looks good. All right, now we are chaining 2. 1 and 2. Now here you're actually skipping 2 single crochets. All right, it's a little bit difficult to see the stitches, so what I'm going to do, you might have to see a very big close-up on my fingers, sorry guys, but I want to show you the stitches there. Those little V's that you see along the way, they're the stitches. All right, so you need to pop, see that stitch there, that's 1, that's 2. You need to pop a single crochet in the 3rd, so count that, 1, 2, and a single crochet in that 3rd one right there. All right, easy. Chaining 1 and 2, and you're in this stitch here, so you're counting the next one, 1, 2, and your single crochet in your 3rd one there. Now if you didn't have 27 stitches in the round, this row is not going to work out. Chain 1 and 2, skip the 1, 2, and a single crochet in your 3rd one, tight stitch right there with a single crochet. Chain 1 and 2. You're doing this in the round. Okay, I'm just going to bring that out now because you know what you're doing. Skip, oh, now I don't know what I'm doing. 1, 2, and single crochet in your 3rd. Some of these stitches are really tight. 1 and 2, skip, 1 and 2 and single crochet into your third. Did I scream into the camera? Sorry guys. 1 and 2. Skip 1 and 2 and single crochet into your third. 1 and 2. I just pulled thread there, didn't I? Dearie me. Skip 1, 2 and single crochet into your third. 1 and 2. Skip 1, 2, single crochet into your third. Almost there. 1 and 2. Skip 1 and 2, single crochet into your third. Alright, now here you should only have 1 and 2 left and then your stitch marker. Okay, chain 1 and 2 and then you need to slip stitch into the stitch where the stitch marker is, but don't take your stitch marker out. Okay, pull that loop through, pull it through to the loop on your hook. Now you pull up a loop, you're going to cut the green. Now this is why I've asked you not to take your stitch marker out. If you've taken it out, just pop it back in now before you cut. Alright, just so that you can find where you are in your next round. Okay, easy. So your next round we are going to be using the white. Okay, so we're going to start with our white. Now I got you to keep your stitch marker in, not so much because we need that stitch there, just to get you to know where you're going to start next. And I wanted you to start in the space after the stitch marker, which is that space right there. Alright, so leave a stitch marker there for 1 second. Pop your hook in that space, right in the space, not in any stitch, just in the space. Okay, we're just going to grab our hook and pull a loop through, and you've got a little bit of a tail end there. Just wrap it forward. That's only because we're going to lock it into place so that we can find it easier to weave in afterwards. And all you're going to do here is chain 1 for now. Now normally I would do a chain 2 for a half double, but we're not going to. We're just going to do a normal half double in that space. And a half double is you yarn over your hook, pop your hook in the space, pull up a loop. Now I'm crocheting over that tail end. If you didn't want to, it doesn't matter. You should have 1, 2, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, grab that stitch marker out now. You don't need it there anymore. What you do need is to pop it in the stitch that you just made, which is those 2 loops there. I think I just split that yarn again, but that doesn't matter. Okay, so there's your first half double crochet. In the same space you are putting 2 more half double crochets. Okay, so yarn over your hook, pop it in the space, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. You're going to do 1 more, all in the same space. Past that tail end at the back, you don't need that anymore. In your next space, you're going to do the same, 3 half double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Guess what? You're going to do the same in the next space. 1, 2, a little bit fiddly, and 3, only because we're working in the round. 3 in the next. 1, 2, and 3. 3 into your next. I have a feeling that you've got the picture. 3 into every space in the round. Super duper easy this round. Super duper easy every round. There's nothing difficult about this pattern. If you've done our previous patterns, then there's nothing difficult about it. Just make sure you get your numbers right. 3 into each. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. And we've got 2 more spaces left. Well, I have 1, 2, and 3. With your last space, if you want to do what I usually do, see that green tail right there? Just going to grab it and pop it in your hands at the back, or between your fingers at the back. Grabbing your yarn, starting your half double crochet over all thicknesses and that tail, and there's your 1. You don't need to. Give it a bit of a tug if it's a bit loose there. You don't need to do this. I just find what it does is It locks that tail into place. It's a little bit easier to weave in later. 2 and 3. You need to slip stitch into the top of that stitch. I didn't split that stitch, by the way, which is good. Slip stitch there. No, I did. Keep your stitch marker in for a second, just while you do your slip stitch. Okay, so there's your... By the way, that's probably a good idea for me to show you those 2 loops. Those are the 2 loops that you slip stitch into if you forget to pop in a stitch marker. And just pull that loop through and pull it through to the loop on your hook. And what you should have is a row of 3 half doubles in each space. All right, this row is super duper easy. You're gonna love it. You're going to love it. I'm sorry, I got sing-songy. Chain 1. Now, in the same stitch, you are doing a single crochet, like so. Grabbing your stitch marker. And there you go. Pop it through your stitch. This is too close. I'm sorry, guys. All right. And you're doing exactly what we did with the green. So it's a repeat round of 1, 2, and you are skipping 1, 2, jumping into your 3rd stitch with a single crochet. Yes, and then 1 and 2, going 1, 2, jumping into your 3rd. Okay, you've done this in the green round. 1, 2, the final green round. So 1, 2, jumping into your 3rd. 1, 2, this is why we need our count to be right. 1, 2, jumping into your 3rd. We needed 27 to be right because otherwise it's not going to match at the end of the row. 1 and 2, skip 1, 2, jumping into your 3rd. If you're not sure, just do this. 1 and 2, and look at the bottom row right there. Okay, 1, 2, jumping into your 3rd. You are right above that green that you did the first time. Okay, 1 and 2. Skip 1 and 2, jumping into your 3rd. Whoops. 1 and 2, I nearly split the yarn there. 1 and 2, jumping into your 3rd. 1 and 2, skip 1 and 2, and you are slip stitching into that stitch right there with your stitch marker, pulling up a loop. Leave your stitch marker in for a moment. And cutting your white, you're changing to your red. Now with your red, okay, once again, we left our stitch marker in there on purpose because you're going to start in your very next big space. Now this row is a little bit different. It's not going to be the same as the white, so don't think it's just a repeat round. It's not. Take your stitch marker out, grabbing your red, pulling a loop through, tail over, and chaining 1, and you are going to be doing a half double in that space over all thicknesses. There's your first half double. Pop your stitch marker in that half double like so, chaining 1, and in the same space you're putting another half double. Pop that tail at the back now. You're going to jump into the next space with a half double, chain 1, half double. So half double, chain 1, and a half double. And then you're going to go into the very next space. Half double, chain 1, half double. Yep, that's it, all the way in the round. I like small projects, don't you? They don't take long to make, and they're gorgeous, especially Christmas. Don't we love Christmas? I don't care whether this year's been a rotten year or not. I love Christmas. I do. I love it. I love the food. I'm not allowed to, but I love them anyway. And I love the actual hype of it all. I love the music. I love everything about it. So there you go. That's just me. Half in your next. Chain 1 and half. All right, I'm at the last space right there. I do have my tail end, the cream. I'm going to crochet over that with 1 half double, my chain 1, and another half double. Now if you find that come comes a little loose, just give it a tug at the back. You're going to weave that in as well. Don't think that's the end of it. Sorry. Have to weave it in as well. All right, so now we are going to a slip stitch at the top of that stitch right there. Pull a loop through. All right, so you're going to chain one, and in the same space, you're going to put a single crochet. Taking out your stitch marker there. Whoops, that fell, didn't it? Pop your stitch marker in, like so. Now that's your first single crochet. At the end of this round, you need to do like a second single crochet right there. Your next single crochet goes directly into the chain space that we've formed in between the half doubles. So do a single crochet there. Yes. Now you need to do 2 single crochets in these 2 half doubles. A little bit awkward because they're hard to get into the stitches. But the first one is right there. Just look for the V's. 1, 2, and on your next V, we are doing a single crochet in the space of that V. And then we're going back to the 1 and the 2. So 1 and 2. Very awkward, guys. Very, very awkward. And then 1 in the space. All right, so it's 2 single crochets and 1 in the space all the way across. So a little bit awkward to deal with. 1, oh dear, and 2. I'm even struggling. And 1 in the space. All right. 1 and 2 and 1 in the space. 1 and 2 and 1 in the space. All right. 1 and 2 and 1 in your space. 1 and 2 and 1 in the space. 1 and 2, and here you've got 1 in your space. But remember how I said you had 1 single crochet there and you need another 1 in the round? You need to find a way to pop a single crochet. It's quite easy to grab that one there, just in that stitch just before it. Okay, now you slip stitch into the top of that first red one that you made. Pull a loop through. Now leave your stitch marker in here and just pull up a loop. Yes, we're changing colors again. Sorry guys, sorry. But it does make it look nice, trust me. You saw in the promo how nice it looked. All right, so now we're grabbing our green yet again. Now this round, a tiny bit tricky, but not completely difficult, all right? And I will guide you. See how close I got you on purpose? So you're gonna pop your hook back in that stitch marker right there. All right, so we're going to grab our green and we're going to pop our green through the same stitch as our stitch marker. Okay, now there's method behind that madness. We're just trying to keep the count correct. Now this round can be a little tricky, so just passing your green tail over to lock into place, do a chain 1 and a single crochet in the same stitch. All right, and then also you need to pop that stitch marker back in that stitch right there. If you're an intermediate crocheter, you probably don't need to use your stitch marker. However, I would suggest it for this particular round. Now from memory, you had a single crochet and then we did that one in the space, a single crochet in the space. So in your very next stitch, grab your little tail end at the back just for this row. You're going to do a half double crochet in that next stitch, and you did it before where yarn over your hook, pop it in the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all through loops on your hook, and then you are going to single crochet 1, single crochet 2, and in that very next stitch you're going to do a half double crochet. Okay. And in your next, single crochet 1, single crochet 2, half double in the third. Now before we go on, oops, of course I'm going to split it. Before we go on, I've only done 1 single crochet here. So at the end of this round, we need to do the final single crochet. You'll get it when we get there. Okay. Single crochet in your next 1, single in your next 2, and half double crochet into your next, and then single in your next 1. Whoops, I didn't make that a bit too loose, didn't I? Single 1, single 2, half double 3, single in your next 1, single in your next 2, half double 3, single 1, single 2, half double 3, single 1, single 2, whoops, a tight stitch there, half double 3, single 1, single 2, half double 3, and now you should have 1 single crochet left. All right, now you're going to crochet over your little tail there, pop your hook in that last single crochet and do your last single crochet. And now you do what we do in every round, slip stitch to join. Okay, now you can take out that stitch marker and get excited, guys, because this is our final round. Yay! Chain 1, single crochet in that same stitch as your chain 1. And you guessed it, you need to pop that stitch marker in. And that is the last time you pop the stitch marker in. Yay! All right, that's that. And in the next space, we're going to be doing a single crochet, but we're going to do single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, all in the same space. So we are currently in this stitch right here. We want to go into that very next stitch right next to it. So single crochet, yes, chain 1, 2, and 3, and single crochet, all in the same space. A little bit overcrowded, but that's normal. Now you go single crochet 1, single crochet 2, and you guessed it, single crochet 1, chain 3, and single crochet 1. So single crochet 1, chain 1, 2, 3, single crochet 1, and then single crochet in your next 1 and 2. And in your next, you're doing single crochet 1, 1, 2, 3, single crochet 1. Remember, this is how we ended off all our Christmas projects, yes? Single crochet 1, 2, and 3. But in the third one, we are doing our 1, 2, 3, and another single crochet. So 1, 2, and in your third, you're doing 1, and then you are chaining 1, 2, 3, and another single crochet. Single 1, 2, and in your third, with 1, 2, 3, and another single crochet. A little bit fiddly, but it's not hard. 1, 2, 3. Remember, when you're doing that third one, you are doing 1, 2, 3 chains and a single crochet in the same space. And then you are making sure you're getting in all stitches. 1, 2, 3. Remember, when you're doing that third one, you are doing 1, 2, 3 chains and a single crochet in the same space. 1 and 2. And in your third, you're doing your single crochet. This is your last one here. 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry, not your last one, your second last stitch. I meant your last little chain set. All right, now you have one more stitch left. So all we're going to do is put a single crochet in that last stitch. Pop your hook over to, oh dear, I've split it. Can you believe it? Slip stitch into the stitch marker stitch without splitting it like I just did. Oh, dearie me, can't take me anywhere. All right, so slip stitch into the stitch where your stitch marker was. Yes, pull up a loop. Guess what? You're done. I know, right? Truly wonderful. There's like a gazillion ends that you need to, weave in. Turn your work inside out, and that's where all your ends should be. I'm going to show you one, and then you can head off on your own and do your own. So there you go, guys. You have completed one napkin ring holder. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and do all those wonderful things that you do for me. And look at that. With our weaving in of ends, I'm sitting here talking, not showing you what to do, hey? There you go. That's the end that we've already crocheted over. If you go back in there, you're going to unravel what we've just done. So let me see if I can get close for you. See, that's where we are, right? Yep. You just want to split a stitch, just a little one, and then go back through that same space, but you must split it first, otherwise you're going to unravel what you've done. Before you go through, just check you can't see the needle, and you can't. Okay, so there's your needle. All you're doing is popping it through and pulling it through to that side. Okay, then turning it around. You've crocheted over it once, you've sewn it in once. You're going to go back the other way in a different area, of course, checking that you can't see your needle, and you can't. Pop that through, and that thread's done, because that's a third time. Okay, if you want to keep going, by all means you can. It doesn't matter. Okay, all right, so what I would like for you to do, exactly what we did now with this weaving in of this end, I want you to weave in all your ends. Then I want you to come back here, and I will show you how we are going to fold our Christmas napkin and use our little napkin ring holder to keep it in place. All right, go ahead, weave in all those ends, and meet me back here in a moment. Ta-da! So here is our gorgeous napkin ring holder, or serviette holder, whatever you want to call it. Now, I did promise you that I would do a quick tutorial. It's not even a tutorial, it's just a quick way of popping a napkin in your holder. Now, the way we're going to do it is we're going to pop our ring holder on our napkin upside down, so that when we turn it up the right way, it'll be up the right way. You won't get that now, but you will in a minute. So just open up your work. Now, it should be up the right way. Inside out should be on the bottom. Yeah. So grabbing the point, and if you don't have a point, you can also turn it over and just make a triangle out of it, like so. Yeah, and then make another triangle out of it on that side right there, and that would be your point. But I find that it folds too much that way. Okay, now yours truly would like some of this showing. You don't have to. If you don't have anything like this, that's fine, but I'm just going to grab my serviette from the middle, okay, and bring it like so, and just fluff it the way I want it to go. Now, I do want that picture to be shown. Again, that's not necessary. If you don't have this kind of thing, just do that with your work, right? Grabbing your napkin holder. Now, like I said, we're going to be popping it upside down. So pop it in there and just gently bring your napkin through, giving it that look. And that's the look I'm going for my Christmas napkin holders. Ta-da! There you go. Now, to top it off, you need your, bring that out a little bit. Oh, it's out as far as we can go. You need your, hello. You need your coaster and your placemat, and that is pretty much what my table will look like on the day. Yay! Pop that over there on the left, or wherever you like to pop your drink. I usually pop it there. Some people pop it on the right. It doesn't matter. I pop mine there, and that goes there. And guess what, guys? All we need now is our table runner. Oh, is it not gorgeous? I love, love, love. I love, love, love. Check that out. Our gorgeous napkin or serviette ring holder. Ah, Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share and do all those wonderful things for me. And also don't forget, guys, to join us on our Saturday mornings live at 10 a.m, which we'll be discussing this project and others as well. And one's coming up as well, very exciting. And also our Wednesday afternoon at 4 p.m. By the way, this is all Melbourne, Australia time. So there you go. That is our napkin ring holder. You've been watching Mary. This is Wow Crochet. And all I can say right now is ciao for now.